जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So welcome to the Sri Madhurya Kadambini Dvitiya Vrishti. Every morning we have been discussing this. We'll recite the Mangalacharan prayers of the Madhurya Kadambini and then begin the discussion. Ridva Prenava Bhakti Shasya Vitate Sanjeevani Swagama Rambe Kamatapatarudaha Damani Vishwapagul Asini Dhurane Marushakino Apisarasi Bhavaya Bhuyat Prabhu Shri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankush Maha Madhurya Kadambini Shri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankush Maha Madhurya Kadambini Shri Chaitanya Kripa Nirankush Maha Madhurya Kadambini Bhakti Purve Shritam to Rasam Pasyedyadattadi Tam Naumi Satatam Rupa Nama Priya Janam Hare. So yesterday we completed the discussion on Shraddha, and from the discussion in the Madhurya Kadambini and taking all other works, whether it is Chaitanya Charitamrita Shraddha Shabda Vishwas, or it is the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, or it is the Sandarbhas, it's very clear what that Shraddha is. Shastrartha Vishwas and Tad Nidhana Rupa, based on that, executing the activities. So this is a very exalted stage, the Purna Shraddha stage. Yesterday we discussed that. And only then, one enters into the Shuddha Bhakti. Now, this will become more clear when we discuss the second stage, that is the Sadhu Sangha. So hear this very carefully and try to understand what exactly is Sadhu Sangha. Tataschashrita Guru Charanasya Tasya Jigyasamana Sadacharasya Tat Shikshaya Eva Sajati Asha Snigdha Bhakta Abhigya Sadhu Sangha Bhagyudaya. After attaining faith, tatascha, that was continuing from the previous verse, one takes shelter of a guru, Guru Charanasya Tasya, and inquires about the rules and regulations of devotional process. Tasya Jigyasamana Sadaracharasya Tat Shiksheva. So he inquires, he learns. By following them, Tat Shiksheva, one gets the fortune of associating with soft-hearted realized sadhus. Now, there are two levels spoken here, and it will become clear as we go ahead. By following them, one gets the fortune of associating with soft-hearted realized sadhus. Tat Shiksheva Sajati Ashaya Snigdha Bhakta, endowed with a similar Abhigya Sadhu Sangha Bhagude. So this is called as the fortune, the Bhagudeya. So let's again go into a little detail. After attaining faith, one takes shelter of Guru and inquires about the rules and regulations of devotional service. Jigyasa Manasdarcharasya Tat Shikshava Sadati Signa Bhakta Abhigya Sadhu Sangha Bhagude. By following them, one gets the fortune of associating with soft-hearted, realized sadhus, endows with a similar move. So this has to be understood now. What exactly is Sadhu Sangha? Now, first, I'm just quoting this from Jiva Goswami's Bhakti Sandarbha, where he, from the Garud Puran, says, by surrender alone, everything is accomplished. Still, those who desire excellence in bhakti and surrender should particularly and constantly serve those who teach the scriptures about the Lord, Siksha Gurus. So when you surrender, everything is accomplished. But from there, from the surrender, now you take, surrender and serve, constantly serve those teachers who teach about the Lord, the Shiksha Gurus, and those who teach mantras about the Lord, Diksha, and serve the lotus feet of Guru or Gurus. His or their mercy is the root of destruction of anarthas, difficult to give up by the various methods, and the root of receiving the greatest mercy of the Lord. So, you see, please try to understand this very carefully, and it will become a little more clear when I take the next slide. Here, you have attained, you have come to the point of surrender. And after that, there is, surrender means Shraddha. And Shraddha is the entry door to pure devotional service, as we mentioned yesterday. And then there is Sadhu Sangha. So you have to, after attaining this surrender also, you have to associate with Shiksha Gurus, Diksha Gurus, serve them, and only then Anarth Nivritti, Anarth Nivritti will happen by their mercy. So let's try to understand this. After Shraddha, the author explains the next stage, that is Sadhu Sangha. After attaining Shraddha, one takes the shelter of Guru and gets initiated by him. Then one starts devotion and takes instructions about its different rules and regulations. Srila Jiva Goswami Pad says in his commentary to Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. Now, hear very carefully. Ado Pratame. Now, mark this. Ado Pratame. Where is my pen? Why it's not working? Yeah, it's here. Ado Pratame. It's mentioning here. साधु संग शास्त्र श्रवण द्वारा श्रद्धा तद अर्थ विश्वास तत प्रथमांतरणम द्वितीय साधु संग भजन रीति शिक्षा निर्बंध. So there is two levels spoken here, and please try to understand this very, very, very carefully, which, it's very difficult to understand. First, one attains faith in the association of sadhus by hearing the scriptures from them. So, what is this actually speaking? What is this actually speaking? Now, I'll have to again go back to that diagram. Let's take copying this diagram again here. Of course, I could draw, but that will take time. Please. So, try to understand and try to get this point very clear. आदो प्रथमे साधु संग शास्त्र श्रवण द्वारा श्रद्धा तद अर्थ विश्वास. First, one attains faith in the association of others by hearing scriptures for them. Tata pratamantaram dvitiya sadhu sangha bhajan riti shiksha nirbandha. Then realizing devotion as one's own soul's duty, one takes shelter of the bona fide guru, getting instructions about the various devotional practices. So how many levels have been spoken and what these levels correspond to? Anyone would like to throw some light? Anyone would like to try? I want to see if somebody would like to try also. What it really means, what this statement of Jiva Goswami means. We have already explained to you yesterday also, but I would like to know if somebody was able to catch this. Anyone? Anyone would like to try? Veer Krish Prabhuji?
Prabhu, I missed the point actually.
See, here Jiva Goswami is saying, Ado Pratame Sadhu Sangha, Shastra Shavana Dwara Shraddha Tadarth Vishwas. First, one attains faith in the association of sadhus and by hearing scriptures for them. Tata, then, Pratamantara, Dvitiya Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Riti Shiksha Nirbandha. Then realizing devotion as one sole deity, once takes shelter of the bona fide guru, getting instructions about the various devotional practices. So, how many levels of sadhu sangha spoken and what these levels correspond to in the 9 stages of bhakti is my question. What do you think?
So it talks about this initial sadhu sangha, which is at Adav stage, where one is developing faith.
Yes.
And once his faith is fully, matured, then his actual bhakti begins, and then initiation and all those stages, I think, comes.
Then he actually has to have sadhu sangha. So there are 2
Yes.
levels of sadhu sangha here spoken.
Yes, yes.
You got this point?
Yes.
So
Yes.
here, basically everyone, whether it is a vikarmi or a karmi or a nishkam karmi, of course, there are no nishkam karmis in Kali Yuga who are following varnashram. Any background, he comes in touch with devotion. He does his karma and he hears Krishna Katha and he does bhajan. So this is Ado stage. This is Ado. This is Ado stage here. Mark this point. This is Ado stage here. And here in this Ado stage, you have developed a little faith in the process of bhakti. You are associating with sadhus and you are hearing where your Shraddha, there is a development of Shraddha happening. But when you come to the point of Sarva Dharman Parityajya, and then you develop Purna Shraddha, which we discussed now in the previous, entire previous paragraph, we discussed. Soul, devotion is his soul's duty. Shraddha Shabda Vishwas, Sudra Nishay, Krishna Bhakti Kale, Sarva Karma Krita. Shraddha is Sharanagati. You come to this point, then you have to also associate with sadhus. So this sadhu level association is on a different level. This is a second level, and this level of sadhu is a very exalted level of sadhu, because he will tell you of the bhajan of how to do Shuddha Bhakti Bhajan. Whereas when we are doing here bhajan, we are doing bhajan, but it is Mishra. But you have to associate with these sadhus who are fixed in pure devotion. This is the point being made. I hope now, again, let me read this. Ado Pratame Sadhu Sangha Shastra Shravana Dwara Shraddha Tadarth Vishwas. Your Shraddha is being developed and we are getting that deep faith in the scriptures. There is a development of faith. And it comes to the point of Sarva Dharman Parityajya or Purna Shraddha, Tata Pratamantaram, Dvitiya Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Riti, Shiksha Narband. How to do Bhajan Riti? Getting instructions of various devotional practices. Now, these are pure devotional practices. Now, if you don't get this, then, we cannot really go ahead. So I'm stopping here if you have any questions on this. Any questions, any clarifications on this? Of course, sorry, it's the background here is not so good because has been power failure and somehow I'm managing the UPS battery backup. So any questions on this first point? You have to very clearly get this first point. Yes, Sabir Krishnji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Can you speak a little loudly? 1 minute, maybe. Let's check
Hare Krishna,
my
Prabhu.
audio. Wait. Whether my audio is full. Yeah, it's full.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, now it is audible?
Yeah, it is a little better.
Prabhu, this second stage of Sadhu Sangha, it it comes automatically. How it is proved? I mean, sadhaka has to endure for that also, or
Yes, the sadhaka, when he, by hearing the Shastras, and then his faith develops, and then naturally he will look for a sadhu who will teach him how to do bhajan of Shuddha Bhakti and eliminate the anarthas. So that, that happens. Now, interestingly, one point I would like to make here, but actually for us in the institute, you know, we come in touch with the, what's happening? In the Ado stage, we begin our development of faith when from 4 rounds we come to, slowly over a period of 4, 5 years or whatever it is, 16 rounds. And we are hearing the Bhakti scriptures through regular Bhagavatam classes in the temple, through our counselors and all. And then our counselors recommend for initiation. And then initiation also happens. So the Diksha also happens. This is all happening in the Ado stage. But actually, even though Diksha might happen at the Ado stage, when you're really developed a certain level, but actually to associate with Siksha and Diksha gurus, this will come up now, I'll explain that, and serve them and know the process of pure devotional service. That is sadhu sangha, that is the next level, searching for that sadhus. So that is what is being spoken. I hope it is clear.
thank you, Guru. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. So now, who is the sadhu? Bhagavatam says, Tasmad Gurum Prapadde Jigyasu Uttamam Shabde Parecha Nishnatam Brahmani Upashamashayam. Therefore, Tasmad, a person anxious to know the supreme welfare of the living entity will take shelter of a Guru. Gurum Prapaddet, the Guru should be expert in explaining the Vedic scriptures and scriptures revealing the essence of Vedas like the Bhagavatam and others. Shabde Parecha Nishnatam. He should have transcendental realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Brahmani Upashamashayam, meaning he should have been devoted to him. So these are the two qualities of the disciple and the two qualities of the spiritual master. One is the disciple to surrender to the Guru, and he should inquire, not, Guru, I have family problems, I have these problems. That means he still, Shraddha has not come to the stage of Sharanagati. He should Jigyasu Shrey Uttamam only. And the Guru Shabde Pare, he has heard the Vedas or the Bhagavatam, and Nishnatam means he has assimilated the essence and he is Brahmani Upasham. He has realized the Supreme and is situated and is devoted. Without being expert in scriptures, he cannot remove the doubt of the disciple. Shabde Parecha Nishnatam. If his faith is weak, he is not absorbed in the absolute truth. He cannot infuse the disciple with spiritual realization. He should be free from lust, anger, and so on, and should thus be in the state of supreme peace. Upashamashrayam. Upashama means, the mind. Shama is, one of the qualities of a Brahmana, Shama and Dama. Shama means the mind is peaceful. The purport is that whoever gains faith through the grace of a saint and desires to take shelter of a bona fide guru should seek a saint with the following qualifications. He should be fully versed in the Vedas and scriptures that outline the Vedic purport, like the devotional scripture Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavata. He should be able to destroy the disciples' doubts with firm logic. This is one of the qualifications. Prauda Shraddhayahar. He should have firm faith and be fixed in the worship of the Lord, which has given him realizations of the Lord. He should have received the mercy potency of the Lord, which has given him transcendental realizations. And he should similarly be able to infuse that power within his disciples. So that means the Madhyamadikari who is from the Bhagavad perspective on the Bhava stage, because it's a Madhyamadikari, we have discussed this in the Pratama Vrishti, that who bestows mercy, it is a Madhyama, and Madhyama means he's on the Bhava stage because he is having the mercy potency of the Lord, because the Ladini Shakti and the Samvit Shakti descend in that heart, and he feels that compassion, which is, bhakti, and that's how he can bestow that bhakti to others, and that's how they get Shraddha. So he has transcendental relations and he's able to infuse that power in the disciples. He should not be overcome by lust, anger, and greed. So these are the qualifications of the spiritual master. Any saint who has such qualifications is a bona fide guru. On the other hand, if the person wants to be guru without having the above qualifications, he may have many other qualifications like high birth, but he's not considered a bona fide guru. Yehi Krishna Tattvavetta, say Guru Hoye. Mahaprabhu said, it's only Krishna Tattvavetta. One can be a guru if he is a knower of all truths about Krishna. From the holy mouth of Sriman Mahaprabhu, it is thus learned that the only qualification of the bona fide guru is that he knows the truth about Krishna. The Diksha mantra received by the grace of such a great soul who knows the Krishna science contains the seed of greatest goal the soul can achieve, the first beginning of attainment of the personality of God. There is the first beginning. Now mark this. With the Diksha, there is the first beginning of attainment. It is not that we have attained the prayojan. It's a beginning of attainment because the sambandh is established now between Krishna. Now the abhideya has to be worked out. Okay, 1 minute. I'll just put the second. Give me a minute, please. Give me 1 minute. Okay, let's continue. Stop. So, what is being said? I'm just trying to share now. Yeah. Rup Goswami has said about initiation. Okay. 1 second. Yeah, correct. Srimad Rup Goswami says about initiation. Guru Padashe Tasmat Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishrambena Guru Seva. Taking shelter of a guru, taking initiation from him by accepting Krishna mantra, taking instructions about Bhagavad Dharma, and serving the guru with confidence, all these are included in Guru Padashe. So there are three things: Diksha, Shikshanam, Vishrambena Guru Seva. Three things. Srila Krishna Kaviraj also has said Guru Padashe Diksha Gurur Sevana. Three things, same again. This means that before initiation, the disciple should stay for some time near his guru, serving him with body, mind, and words for his satisfaction. This is called as Guru Pastiti, being close to the guru. Now, within the ISKCON setup, Srila Prabhupada, had to make many adjustments, but the principle remains the same. That we might not get directly the service of the spiritual master by rendering service, but when we go for yatras, we hear and develop attraction to the spiritual master, and then we are inclined to take initiation from a particular spiritual master. So that hearing is also service. Please remember, actually that is the topmost service. Sut Goswami came near Parikshit Sukhdev Goswami and just heard, and he could understand that he's eager to hear. So that's why he bestows his mercy, anugrahat. So that is there. Not everyone might get spend time to serve his personal spiritual master and develop that deep connection. But connection is through hearing. Prabhupada, how many times he got his association with his spiritual master? It is just 4-5 meetings. In this way, the guru and disciple both can test each other's nature. Another valuable result of this is that through such unmotivated service to the saints, the guru automatically melts with compassion towards his disciple. So that also happens when we we pray to the spiritual master. Everyone will get chance to meet the spiritual master and express their sincere prayers. And the guru principle is very universal, we have to understand. And the picture of the guru you know is not different from the guru. So we have to take shelter like that. It's not, we cannot complain that, given situation, spiritual master is traveling all over the world and he has thousands of disciples. But if we really cry, then, Krishna will arrange for it. Krishna will facilitate that. And Guru, Krishna will guide us from within how to, take the mercy. Satisfied with the service, the lotus feet of Sri Guru melts with compassion. As a fruit of this compassion, initiation is attained, the supreme attainment for the disciple. So that also happens during the time of initiation. Out of compassion, the Guru gives, accepts a disciple out of compassion. Otherwise, without this process, there are chances of obstacles in devotion for both the Guru and the disciple. So, in the system what Prabhupada has set up, we have what is the counselor system, or in many of the temples, they have different systems where one comes in touch and starts hearing maybe the Bhagavad Gita course and all from the counselors, whom you might not call as Shiksha Gurus, because Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru are on the same level. They are very exalted. And you start developing faith, and with your practices of following the four regulative principles and chanting, the counselor asks the counselee whom he is inclined to, because he's been hearing from various spiritual masters where his heart is inclined. He should take initiation. And when he takes the initiation, it's it might not be possible that the disciple might get that kind of association to understand and serve the spiritual master, and that reciprocation is there. But it is through the counselor who is recommending him. He should, he is taking care of the disciple on the behalf of the spiritual master. So the counselor also has a very important role, and that is why we should be very careful. In the traditional system, the spiritual master is to be in one place, and we see even during later, after Mahaprabhu's pastimes manifested, after he left this world, Narottam Das Thakur was serving Loknath Goswami, and both understood each other, both tested each other, and then they, after testing only, he was given initiation. So here in our system, it is like that. If the Guru is not endowed with the Vaishnava mentality, the disciple has to face obstacles. And if the disciple is not sincerely following the bona fide Guru, then the Guru has to bear the consequences. So both have a very deep responsibility. If the disciple doesn't follow the regulated principles and glides down, his consciousness is going down, the Guru's consciousness can affect if he's not so advanced. So that is why we have to be very careful. Srimad Rupa Goswami has said about initiation. Okay, oh, that's why I was wondering why this has come like this. It has come twice. I'll have to delete these two slides. I was wondering, that's why. Okay. Yes, these two slides will be deleted. It is repeated. So this is about Guru Padashay. Now, Diksha. Let's try to understand Diksha. Then Diksha. And then Diksha. Initiation is a process by which the bona fide Guru mercifully offers the Lord the spirit of a disciple who has forgotten his own eternal. Offers to the Lord the spirit of a disciple. Okay, correct. Sorry. Uh, Initiation is a process by which a bona fide Guru mercifully offers to the Lord the spirit, that is the jiva, of the disciple who has forgotten his own eternal form. By this process, the Guru loosens the knot of Maya and gives him a chance to taste the mellow of divine bhakti. In this way, a disciple surrenders himself to the lotus feet of Sri Guru. The knowledge of his being an eternal servant of the Lord awakens, making him qualified for service. That's why that das. But, only when you realize your Swarupa, you are situated. Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. We are now taking training. Although we have been given the Das title, but we have a boss attitude. So gradually that transformation by following and humbly serving the spiritual master, humbly serving the Vaishnavas and Guru Sadhu and Shastras, that beginning of that Dasat Bhav is given. But attaining that real Bhav is a long journey. That's also to be understood. Shastra say, Divyam Jnanam Tato Dadyat Kuryat Papasya Sankasham Tasma Diksheti Sa Prokta Deshikes Tattva Kovide. Knowers of the scriptures, Tattva Kovida, say that initiation means the process of receiving divine knowledge. Divyam Jnanam Tato Dadyat, by which sins are destroyed. Papasya Sankasham. And that is initiation. Now, initiation in this definition is a a broad principle is being given. When we hear even from the regular, whoever is giving the Discover Yourself or the DYS course or the 7-day Bhagavad Gita course, we are attaining transcendental knowledge. And by that, we start following the regulated principles. So there is Divya Gyan happening, by which we are leaving our sinful activities. So Prabhupada mentions that when he first met his spiritual master and he was defeated in the argument, in his heart he accepted him as spiritual master. So there is initiation that happened. But the actual initiation, that first meeting, it did not happen in 1922. It is only in 1933. So Diksha it's a ongoing process where you're attaining transcendental knowledge. And Prabhupada has facilitated by, reading his books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, by attending the temple classes, Bhagavatam, by hearing regularly Bhagavatam and Gita. Not that you just take initiation and, there is this happening. No, it's a whole program given. So that's what Diksha means. When knowledge means that the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. The mantras of initiation reveal that knowledge and one specific relationship with the Lord. Shriman Mahaprabhu personally proclaimed, Diksha Kale Bhakta Kore Atma Samarpan Sai Kale Krishna Tare Koren Atma Sama Seha Deha Karen Tara Chedanandamay Aprakrita Deha Tara Charana Bajay. At the time of initiation, the devotee surrenders himself. Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpan. At that time, Krishna makes him equal to himself. Saha Kale Krishna Kare Tara Atma Sama. He makes the devotee's body transcendental so that he can serve his lotus feet in a spiritual manner. Seha deha kore tara chidanandamaya aprakrita deha tara charana bhajaya. Now, from this verse, what do you really actually can see? What really you feel actually is real diksha when you really attain the pinnacle of Diksha. Diksha means Divya Jnanam. What really it means? What do you think? What are your thoughts? I want to know from you all. Anyone would like to share? Anyone would like to share? Anyone would? Anyone? Tirthapad Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. I feel, Prabhuji, we hear from the Guru, but taking instruction and following very sincerely. So that I feel that.
See, Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpan is being mentioned. So, when Diksha gets its full maturity, Okay, Navneet Kalra Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Uh, I think when there is a total Sharanagati, the 6 symptoms which you were mentioning.
Yes. When you come to that total Sharanagati, and another point is Chidanandamaya, Aprakrita Deha. Now, when does one get when does the body get completely, even the
When it's only at the prema stage when you know
bhava
your
stage, at the stage of bhava?
bhava prema,
Uh, and then he
when you know
starts
your sambandh.
serving in his spiritual body, in his internal spiritual body. So here you can see that it's not that when we are taking initiation we actually surrender, but that process has begun. And then when you come to that point where you completely surrender by following the instructions of spiritual master, then there is then Krishna considers Sei Kale Krishna Tare Kare Atma Sama. So this is very important for us to understand. Srila Rupa Goswami has said, Vishrambena Guru Seva, serve the Guru with faith. What this faith is like? Now, let's see. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti has written about Guru service in his Sarar Darshani commentary. Sutan Hitveti Pativrata Patyor Iva Guru Sevayam Pravritta. Sutan Hitveti Pativrata Patyur Iva Guru Sevayam Pravritta Shishya Shavana Kirtanadinyapi Bhogantad Utthana Premanandapi Grahantad Uchita Vivikta Stalam Api Apekshate. A devoted and chaste wife, while absorbed in the service of her husband, does not care even for her son. Sutan Hitveti Pativrata Patyor Iva Guru. Similarly, disciple deeply absorbed in the service of the Guru does not depend on hearing and chanting. When he is hearing the Guru, serving the Guru, Pravritta Shishya Shavana Kirtanadi Bhogan Tad Utthan. Knowing that by Guru Seva, he'll easily attain complete perfection and devotion. So there is a classic story of Ramanujacharya, his servant. I don't know his name. I don't recollect. I think it is Govinda, as far as I remember. It's the same Govinda who Mahaprabhu used to serve, but I don't recollect. I'm just Dashrati also was there, but later on, I think it is when he was in Srirangam, that he was so devoted to his spiritual master serving that the Ranganath Utsav Murti was passing through the street and passing through the Acharya's house. And Ramacharya came out because one of the rules is that you have to welcome the deity, stand up and follow the procession. This is a rule. But the servant was least bothered and he was making the bed of the master ready. And Ramacharya, hey, come man. See, no, I don't need that because I'm serving my Guru. So similarly, a disciple deeply absorbed in the service of the Guru does not depend on hearing and chanting, knowing that by Guru Seva, he can easily attain complete perfection in devotion service. And the example is, as a devoted wife does not want any sense enjoyment and home comfort, so to a disciple completely absorbed in Guru Seva does not seek even divine bliss arising from hearing and chanting, nor even seek secluded places suitable for bhajan. Shri Guru Sevaya Sukena Sarva Sadhya Siddhartham Ityupadeshe Vyajata Shri Guru Sevaya Eva Vedena Sarvadikosikatvat. This is the instruction of this verse. So this is, Vishrambena Guru Seva. Very, very, very deep point to be meditated upon. And the example is very good. The wife who is devoted to husband, now she will neglect her son also. Similar disciple who is absorbed in the service of the spiritual master will neglect hearing and chanting. So you cannot, artificially imitate this level, of, in the Vedas also, the service of Guru is proclaimed as supreme. Shri Guru Charana Rati, Sei Uttam Gati, E Prasade Pure Sarvasha. Attachment to the lotus feet of the Guru is the supreme goal for a disciple who attains all kinds of perfection by his Guru's mercy. Okay. Up till here, you have any questions, any clarifications? Any clarifications? So very important that two stages, Ado Pratamam, no? Dvitiya Sadhu Sangha. I hope you are clear. Bir Krishnaji, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, this Guru Seva.
Can you speak a little loudly, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Now it is clear.
Yes.
Prabhu, I'm saying that in our current setup in our ISKCON society, I mean, practical way, how we can really do Guru Seva.
That is what I already mentioned, that, we always get opportunity in a year, once or twice, to go to Yatra where the spiritual master's Yatra is there. And the best way to serve the spiritual master is to just sit and hear the sound vibration, hear Harikatha. Although we might not get personal service in the form of, making some offering or personal getting some instructions, but everything is in the hearing of that katha. That is the most important. I hope it is clear, right?
Yeah, Prabhu, but this Yatra once in a year comes, so other time.
But other times you can hear always, his lectures are available. That dedication to hear, if you have from the spiritual master, everything will follow, I feel. There cannot be any complaint, if, today we are blessed with this, MP3 players. I don't recommend too much the, video players, because they are distractions. The MP3 players only where the sound you can play and hear. So all perfection can be attained by that.
All right.
And we have the fortune of directly hearing from Prabhupada books, who is our preeminent Shiksha Guru in the Sampradaya. What more, how compassion is all pervading, you can see.
Here, Prabhu, in our discussion, it was mentioned that while serving Guru, you can leave hearing and chanting, and that's how I was.
I'm not able to hear you, Prabhuji. It's a little.
Prabhu, it was mentioned that in our discussion, it was mentioned that while serving the Guru, you may leave your hearing and chanting also.
Last words are becoming a little feeble.
It was mentioned that Prabhu, while serving the Guru, you may leave your chanting and hearing also.
See, that is what. See, I told you, this is in a very exalted state. It's not whilst here, whilst you have developed so much prema for your Guru service that you can, I gave the example of Ramanacharya's servant, how he did not get up for welcoming the Utsav Murti. So the disciple who is serving the spiritual master, of course, there is a Bhagavatam class. He has to, as a rule, attend the class. But the service of the Guru is, of preeminence. So he gives to that, and he gives up hearing and chanting. It doesn't mean that other times when he has opportunity to hear and chant, he doesn't hear. But, this is giving Vishambena Guru Seva, what it really means. That this is everything, all the perfection can be attained, if one has that kind of opportunity. So that is what is being spoken here. Is it clear or no?
Recording in progress.
I hope it is clear or no? Yes, Prabhuji. Dear Prabhuji, is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, thank you.
Now your audio is better.
I switched to other device, Prabhu. Switched to other device.
That is what it was. It is really. Acha, one more question was there by Sri Lalita Sumukhi Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I wanted to ask, this Guru that is mentioned in the slide is both Diksha Guru and Siksha Guru, right?
Yeah, and both are on the level of spiritual masters. Both are on a very exalted platform.
But sometimes, Prabhu, because of the familiarity that we have over the years, we become very friendly with Siksha Gurus, and we treat
No,
them
first
like.
of all, we have to understand, the Shiksha Guru is also not, it's rare. We have somehow equated the Shiksha Guru to, our counselors.
Okay.
Shiksha Guru means he has to be on the Bhava stage. There's no difference between the instructing spiritual master and the initiating spiritual master. Both perform the same role. Sometimes the initiating spiritual master can become the instructing spiritual master. So the Shiksha Guru has to be very clearly understood. For our regular, basic, understanding of the philosophy, we have a counselor group and we are trying to understand the basic philosophy and we have general guidance which we need. But really understanding the import of the scriptures, only one who is realized, Vidyante Gridegante, Evam Prasanna Manuso, Bhagavad Bhakti Yogata, Bhagavad Tattva Vigyan. That Tattva Vigyan he has got. That is somebody is on the Bhava stage. That's what we discussed those points. If you remember, he has got realized knowledge. This is his qualification. You can see here, he should have received the mercy potency of the Lord, which has given him transcendental relations. That's why he's able to infuse that power, and he's able to destroy the disciples' doubts with firm logic. He's well versed with the scriptures. So this is a very exalted platform, and he's overcome all this. So this, this is not referring to, the Shiksha Guru, sometimes the term we use in our regulars, but Shiksha Guru is a very exalted platform. I hope it is clear, this point.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Prabhu. Very good.
Yeah. Okay. So let's continue now. Yeah, we have discussed this. Okay, then in the Vedas also the service of Guru, this we read it. Srimad Jiva Goswami has said in the Bhakti Samvada, Tatra yadapi sharnapatyeva sarvam siddhyate tatapi vaishishta lipu shaktas chet tata bhagavat shastrupdeshtanam bhagavat Bhagavan mantra upadeshtratram va Shri Guru Charanam nityam eva vishishata sevam kuryat. Tat prasado hi swa nana pratikara duschajan anartha hano parama bhagavat prasada siddho cha moolam. One can attain all perfection by Sharnagati. Yadapi tatra yadapi Sharnapatyeva sarva siddhite. But if one still desires to if one is still desirous of especially relishing the mellow of devotion, tatapi vaishishta lipu shaktas tata, then if one is able, one should specifically constantly serve the Shiksha Guru who teaches the Shastra related to Dul, and the Diksha Guru, the giver of mantras to Lord. Bhagavan mantra updesha va Shri Guru charana nityam eva Visheshata Sevam Kuryat. The Shastra Upadesh and the Mantra Upadesh, that is Shiksha and Diksha Guru. Only by Guru's mercy, Tat Prasada, can one please the Lord. He saswa nana and be freed from the anarthas. Nana pratikara duschad anartha hano, which is difficult to give up by even all other means. It is very difficult. The satisfaction of the Guru is the main cause of attaining divine love and divine service. Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado, yasya prasadat na kutopi ati. Na kutopi. Only by yasya prasadat bhagavad prasado and yasya aprasad. If you displease the spiritual master, then na kutopi gati. No, there is no other gati for you. All these statements praise the faithful and steady service of Guru. So this is that stage of sadhu sangha we should attain after Shraddha. After taking shelter of a bona fide Guru, one gets instruction about the various rules and regulations of devotional process, sadachar. Finally gets the fortune of associating with soft-hearted realized sadhus endowed with a similar mood of devotion. Now, this is that second level of sadhu sangha which we are discussing. We have to find out those who are shiksha gurus, who are really Mahabhagavats, or try to get the association of the Diksha Gurus whenever we get that opportunity in the yatras or whatever it is. When the sadhaka is thus blessed with a life full of devotion, he should, after taking shelter of the feet of Sri Guru, certainly associate with the bona fide Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas. So I made this point. Their example should be the framework of one's devotional life. So, especially, Prabhupada said, there are millions of stars, but there is one moon. And follow that moon. That moon gives you soothing to the heart. So similarly, there are so many devotees and all can be inspiration, but ultimately it is the Mahabhagavat. That is the framework by which we should do our devotions. Serving them and associating with them makes the sadhaka's attachment for bhajan firm. So this kind of sadhu sangha, your bhajan kriya will become. Otherwise, that bhajan kriya which we do when we are doing Mishra Bhakti, that bhajan kriya will not remove all the anarthas. It will remove certain anarthas in the form of, giving up tea, coffee, giving up meat eating, alcohol, and all that. But the anarthas are different, which we will discuss in the next Vrishti, Tritiya Vrishti. Srimad Ruth Goswami said, Sadati Ashaya Snigdha Sadhu Sangha Swato Vare. Now here, this is that Sadhu Sangha. And what are the points? There are different moods in devotion, as Aishwarya, Madhurya, Dasa, Sak, and so forth. A devotee should associate with sadhus with having similar mood. Sajati Ashaya. Same jati. Like, I am coming from Karnataka, you are also coming from Karnataka, same jati. That is on the bodily consciousness. But here it refers to the bhava, the mood. Moreover, that sadhu should be more advanced and realized than oneself and should be always affectionate due to his soft-hearted, merciful nature. Snigdha. Swata Vare. Vare means he's superior. Or actually, if it is equal also, it is good. The association of such a Mahabhagavat shows great fortune on the sadhaka devotee. This is what Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying, that Ati Bhagya Udaya, if you remember now. Ati Shadati Ashe Snigdha Bhakti Abhigya Sadhu Sangha Bhagude. So this is a real Bhagude. Initially also that sadhu association which we get, that's also Bhagude because we take up to bhakti. But the real Bhagude is by which the anarthas can be destroyed and bhajan kriya can be done. A devotee can easily relish the melody of devotion by seeing him, touching him, speaking with him, and hearing Harikatha from him. So hearing Harikatha, the Guru therefore instructs the disciple to associate with such sadhus so that he can become blessed. So this is that sadhu sangha. So from tomorrow we will start the third stage of bhajan kriya, which is a very lengthy discussion, the anartha, the 6 stages of bhajan kriya, which is a very, very important topic. So tomorrow we will begin that. So any questions, any clarifications you have? Up till now, what we have discussed. Okay, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur ki jai, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad ki jai, Shri Madhurya Kadambini ki jai, Hare Krishna, Anant Koti Vaishnavadin ki jai, Hari Bol.